Alrighty, let's get going. So welcome to our chair yoga, part of our Grow with GoGo series. Before we get moving, just a quick reminder of what else GoGo offers. So in addition to these classes, you can access rides, meals, groceries, medication delivery, and home services, all by calling one number. And that phone number is 855-464-6872. We also have a referral program. So if you go to the bottom of your GoGo receipts, there is a code. If you give that code to a friend, once they've taken their first service with GoGo, you will both get $30 in credit. So just a nice win-win if you know someone who would benefit from, GoGo services. We also have a Facebook page. If you want to continue any of our conversations online, you can find us on Facebook, and we'll share a link to our page in the chat. Alrighty. If we haven't met, I'm Aedra. I teach the yoga and the functional fitness classes here at GoGo. What do we need today? So for chair yoga, all you need is a chair. I'm trying to show the chair that's directly behind me. Something sturdy, something that's not going to fall over. I prefer things that don't roll around. So not an office chair, but obviously if all you have is an office chair, that's fine. Just be safe and be mindful of your surface. I use one without armrests, but if all you have is armrests, again, that's fine. So something to sit on. The chair yoga class is primarily seated, whereas our functional fitness class is primarily standing and more active. So if you're looking for something a little bit more challenging, come to our functional fitness class. And if you want something a little more relaxing and de-stressing and calming, then chair yoga is for you. Alrighty, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. There is no move of the week because we are Friday. And here just now, my screen should have popped up nice and big for you. If for some reason it didn't, then you will adjust your settings. We can't override your settings. So the way you would do that is you'll move your cursor to the top right-hand corner of your Zoom screen. And a box will pop up that says View. You want to pick Speaker View if you want to see me nice and big, or Gallery View if you want to see everybody else. Alrighty, let's get going. So go ahead and find your seat, plant those feet on the ground, and let's take some circles with the torso. So sits bones firmly planted on your chair, feet firmly planted on the ground. We're taking some circles with the torso. And then take your circles the other direction. We're just waking up the body. And then coming back to center, sitting nice and tall. Let's do a few shoulder rolls forward. And a couple shoulder rolls back. Let the shoulders relax. And let's bring the right ear towards the right shoulder. I'll mirror you. Letting the shoulders be nice and relaxed. Jaw is soft. Breath is smooth. And then moving left ear to left shoulder. Side stretch of the neck. And back to center. Let's go ahead and gently rotate the head no. So just turning the head right and left. And then nodding the head yes, looking up and down. And then bring the head back to center. And go ahead and close the eyes. Or if you prefer, you can just let your gaze drop to the ground. Take a few moments to settle in and check in. Just notice how you are doing today. Notice how you're feeling physically. So how is your body? Are there any aches, areas of comfort, discomfort? Also checking in mentally. What thoughts are going through your mind? Are you in the past or the future? And then also checking in emotionally. What feelings are present? What emotions are present? And just acknowledging whatever's there, wherever you are mentally, physically, and emotionally. If you'd like, now is a good time to set an intention for your practice. Maybe identifying something you'd like to cultivate or honor during your practice. Maybe that's finding more flexibility or calm or something else. Go ahead and set that for yourself now. Then take a deep inhale through the nose and exhale, let it go. Blink open the eyes. And we'll inhale, lift the chest, reach the arms out to the side and back. And then exhale, round the back, tuck the tail, give yourself a hug. Inhale, open up the chest, reach those arms back. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Keep going, follow your breath. And then bringing yourself back to center. Let your arms rest by your side. We'll move into some side bending. So you'll inhale, reach one arm down towards the ground. We're just going directly to the side. And then exhale, bring yourself back up. Then we'll try the other side. So inhale, other arm reaches towards the ground, almost like you're trying to pick something up directly by your side. And exhale, come on up. Keep going. I'm just going to give you a side view because I've gotten questions in the past about what I'm doing here. So I'm sitting pretty far forward in my chair, and my hand is following the leg of my chair, but that's because I'm pretty far forward in the chair. It's like I'm in a very narrow hallway with my torso, so a wall directly in front of my face and behind my head, and I don't want to touch the walls. I want to go directly to this side. Let's do about one more each side. Or whatever you need to do to even yourself out right to left. And then make your way back to center. Go ahead and give yourself a hug.
wrap those arms around yourself, reaching for those shoulders, or if you need to, you can reach those arms, but you're reaching as far back as you can. And we'll inhale, twist the spine one direction. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, twist one way. Exhale, twist the other way. Keep going. Come back to center. You're going to switch which arm is on top. So go ahead and just swap which arm is on top. Give yourself a hug again. It can sometimes feel a little funny because that's not our habitual way. And you'll do the exact same thing. Inhale, twist one way, and exhale, twist the other. Follow your breath. And then make your way back to center. Release those arms. You can shake them out. And let's move into our wrists. Let's do some circles with the wrist. Feel free to move those fingers around as you circle and then go the other direction. Let those wrists relax, interlace those fingers, and push those palms forward. And then reach the hands up towards the ceiling as high as you comfortably can. So if you can't reach all the way up, you don't have to. Let's add some breathing. So inhale here is with the arms up. Exhale, lower the hands downward and round your back. So moving towards a cat pose. I'll give you a side view. So we inhale, reach the arms up, stretching tall. Exhale, round the back, curve the spine, reach the arms forward or down. Keep going, follow your breath. And then go ahead and bring yourself back to center, release the arms and sit nice and tall. Let's move into some heel raises. So go ahead and alternate lifting one heel and then the other. So ball of the foot is down, heels alternate lifting up and down. So feeling this in the ankle, in the calves. Feel free to continue like this or move into some marching. So you'll lift the foot completely off the ground, knee comes up. All right, and then go ahead and release. Let's stretch that right leg forward in front of us. I'll give you a side view here. So we'll straighten out that right leg. So we're still sitting tall. The left knee is bent, the right leg is straight. And we'll point and flex that right foot. So moving through the ankle. Next time your foot is flexed, go ahead and pause. We'll inhale, lean forward. Start to feel the stretch somewhere along the back of the straight leg. And then exhale, sit tall, back away from the stretch. So at your own pace, you'll lean forward and then back up several times. And then we'll go ahead and find a position to hold. So it might be sitting relatively tall. You might be leaning forward. You might also take your left forearm to your thigh, your left thigh. So it could be hand on your thigh or forearm to the thigh, or you could be up higher. In any of these positions, we're going to add a twist if that feels okay with your body. So we'll start to rotate. So the right leg is straight. We're going to rotate to the right. So we're going to twist to the right. And again, you could be on your hand or on your forearm. Maybe the right hand comes behind the back to begin. So we're rotating to the right. We're leaning a little forward. That right hand can be behind your back. If you'd like, you're also welcome to reach that right arm up. Go either straight up to the ceiling. I'm going sort of out to the side slightly as I rotate so that my arm is sort of at a 90-degree lift if I were upright to my body. Just because that feels good, right? A lot of yoga is just finding something that feels good to your body. Great, go ahead and come back to center, release the twist, and sit on up. Go ahead and switch sides. So you'll bend that right knee, straighten the left, and we'll point and flex that left foot. So moving through the ankle, point and flex the left foot. Go ahead and flex the foot, toes up towards the ceiling. We inhale, lean forward, feel the stretch intensify along the back of that left leg, and then exhale, sit tall, back away. Inhale as you lean forward, keep going at your own pace. And then we'll go ahead and hold the stretch. So that could be sitting tall, that could be leaning forward on your hand with the elbows straight or bent, or maybe that right forearm finds your right thigh. From there, we'll add the twist. So again, hand or forearm, it's up to you. Left hand can come behind your back to begin, and then you'll rotate whichever leg is straight towards that side, so towards the left side. You're welcome to keep the hand behind the back, or you could reach the arm up towards the ceiling or out to the side to give that left shoulder a little stretch. Go ahead and unwind. And sit yourself back up. Rebend that left knee. Gently windshield wiper your knees side to side. Shake it off. All right, let's move back to the upper body. Let's inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling. And exhale, lower the arms back down. Let's do that again. Inhale, circle the arms out and up. Exhale, back down. We'll inhale, circle the arms out and up. This time, arms are going to come forward, lowering towards the legs. We're going to add on after this. So inhale, we circle the arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to start to bow the body as we exhale, lower the hands downward. So you're going to lean forward. We have a couple more chances to do this. So inhale, we lift the torso, circle the arms out and up. I'll give you a side view. Exhale, arms come forward. We lean forward, hinging at the hips. It's up to you how low you go. Inhale, lift the torso, circle the arms out and up. So we're just doing a little flow. Exhale, arms come forward, lean forward as much or as little as you would like. Again, inhale, circle the arms out and up. Exhale, lower the hands, leaning forward. We're adding on. Inhale, circle the arms out and up. We're going to do the lean forward. Exhale, lower the hands, leaning forward, and then we're going to stay forward. So forearms could rest on your thighs, hands could rest on your thighs, or hands could find your feet. Feel free to let your head and neck go. So we're sort of in a seated child's pose. So we're letting that back relax and round. And then go ahead and gently lift yourself back up, pushing those hands into your thighs. Lift the torso up. Shoulder rolls forward. And shoulder rolls back. All right, let's bend those elbows. For 90-degree bend, hands come forward in front of us. We'll inhale, open up those hands or those fingers so that the fingers reach out to the side and the thumbs go back. We're still at a 90-degree bend. And then exhale, bring the hands back towards each other. We're gonna add on. So we inhale, externally rotate. Fingers are reaching out to the side. Exhale, reach the arms out into a T. Inhale, rebend. Exhale, hands come forward. I'll say that several more times because I know it's a lot. So we're inhaling, externally rotate. So thumbs reach back, fingers out to the side. Our elbows are bent 90 degrees. The upper arms are close to your rib cage. Then we reach the arms out into a T position, palms face up. Feel maybe a little bit of stretch here. And then rebend the elbows back to that 90-degree bend like you're holding two plates, one in each hand, with the arms out to the side. Then exhale, those hands come back towards each other. I know, a lot. We're gonna do it again. Inhale, externally rotate. Arms are bent 90 degrees. Exhale, arms out to the side. T position, palms face up. Inhale, we rebend, coming back to that plate holding position. And then exhale, hands together. We'll do it one more time. If you can't see me and this is too much, just move in whatever way feels good. Inhale, externally rotate, thumbs reach back. Reach those arms out to the side as you exhale, T position. Inhale, rebend. Exhale, hands come forward. And then let the arms go. Whew. All right, we're gonna move to a little bit of standing. As always, the standing is optional, so if you want to skip the standing today, that's fine. We'll only be up for 4 or 5 minutes. So stay here if you are not standing. Go ahead and just do some stretches seated. Maybe you're doing some wrist circles. Maybe you're doing something with your legs. Doesn't matter. Do whatever you'd like until we come back to seated. If you are standing, go ahead and make your way behind your chair. You can keep facing your screen. I'm just sideways so you can see. If you cannot get behind your chair, find a wall or find a table. You want something to hold on to for safety. I don't want you to be worried about balance. We're going to find a variation of a warrior one. So we'll go ahead and step that right foot back behind us. So from the feet next to each other, we're stepping that foot back. You don't need to be on a tightrope. So allow your feet to have a little bit of space right to left. From here, we bend the front knee and that back leg is going to stay straight and that back heel is going to stay on the ground. From there, hands can keep holding onto your support. Or arms can reach parallel to the earth, or arms can reach up towards the ceiling. Holding here, several deep breaths. If your arms are lifted, go ahead and lower them back to your support and straighten out your front leg. With that straight front leg, begin to bend the elbows and let your torso come forward so the hinge is happening at the hips or at the pelvis. You can stay on your hands or you could bring your forearms to the back of the chair. If you still need more stretch, you're welcome to bring your hands down to your leg, maybe to your knee. We're trying to keep the spine relatively long if that's comfortable for your body so that we can really focus on the hamstring stretching, so the back of that front leg, and not the back of the back. Go ahead and lift your torso up, rebend that front knee, and step forward. Back foot meets the front. And now we switch. Other leg steps back. So left foot steps back. We bend the front knee. Your feet are anywhere from 1 to 3 feet apart. You're on railroad tracks, so pretty narrow railroad tracks, but just you don't need to be on a tightrope. I don't want you to worry about wobbling if you're on a tightrope. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight, back heel is pushing firmly into the ground. You can be holding onto your support with both hands. You're welcome to hover your arms parallel to the earth, straight arms out in front of you, kind of zombie arms, or arms could reach up towards the ceiling. It's up to you. Find what works. Find what feels good. Several deep breaths. Hands come back to your support. Let's straighten the front leg and then hinge forward from the hips. So rotate that pelvis forward. Bend the elbows as much as you'd like. Maybe the forearms find the chair, or maybe your hands find your leg. Couple more deep breaths. Go ahead and lift yourself up, rebend that front knee and step forward. Back foot meets the front. Let's go into a chair pose. So holding on to your chair or your support, we'll go ahead and bend those knees. Hips go back, torso can come slightly forward. Feel free to keep holding on to the chair or you can let go. We're gonna move in and out of chair pose. So we'll inhale, straighten the legs. Arms can relax by your side if you're not holding on. And then exhale, bend those knees. Arms can reach forward or up. Feel free to hold on the whole time. So we inhale, straighten today. Exhale, bend. Keep going. Next time you're in chair, we'll go ahead and hold 3 breaths. And then release. Go ahead and let those arms go. Straighten out those legs. Let's take the feet together or to touch or as close together as is comfortable. Let's let those palms rotate to face forward. If you're seated, just think about sitting tall, planting those feet, and then close the eyes. So closing the eyes if that feels safe. If it does not feel safe to close the eyes, please keep your eyes open. And just take a moment to notice where the weight is on your feet. So where do you like to hold your weight? We tend to have maybe a side or a direction we like to hold the weight. So just notice and see if you can start to even out the weight, front to back, right to left on those feet. And then holding there and just noticing all the natural swaying your body makes as you stand still. Hold for 2 or 3 more breaths. And then go ahead and open up those eyes. And we'll come back to our seat. So coming back down to sit. Let's go into a hip stretch here as we're seated. So we'll move into a figure 4 once you've found your seat. Lots of options as always. So right ankle can cross over the left ankle. So you kind of hook those feet, but you want to let that right knee open out to the side. So let it fully relax out to the side. Another option would be to prop your foot up onto some pillows or a stool, or even a coffee table, just some sort of lift to get this rotation. If you'd like, you could also cross your ankle completely over your thigh. If this is hard, but you're close, you could sit up onto something higher. So maybe you have a high stool. You could sit on the armrest of the couch if that's safe and higher than your chair. You could put some pillows or a textbook underneath your hips. With whatever variation you're in, go ahead and start to take some circles with the torso, just noticing how the stretch is different depending on where your torso is. Go ahead and circle the other direction. And then finding center and then deciding where you want to be to hold the stretch. So you could lean straight forward, you could lean to one side, you could lean back. You decide where is the stretch going to feel best for you today and go ahead and hold there. So we did all those circles so you could get a sense of maybe what feels sticky and what feels tight. So for me, I'm leaning slightly forward and slightly to this side. That just feels best for me today. Some days it's straightforward. Sometimes it's even leaning back. So adjust so that it feels good to you and your body today. And go ahead and lift yourself up, undo yourself, shake out those legs. And we'll go to the other side. So left ankle can cross over the right, let the knee open out to this side. You can prop the foot up onto something. So pillows, stool, coffee table, or you could bring the ankle over the thigh. Knee opens out to this side. It's okay if your knee is up higher, right? We all have different flexibility levels. We've all been doing this for different amounts of time. So find what works for you. Feel free to sit up onto something higher. And then explore the space that you're in. So begin to explore your torso, moving in circular motions, noticing how that changes the stretch. Circle the other way. And then find a spot where you want to hold the stretch. Find what feels interesting and good, and then breathe. Smooth, slow breaths. Go ahead and bring yourself back up. Gently undo those legs, shake them out. And then we'll find a nice comfortable seated position. So we're going to do a little bit of breathing to finish up class. So just make sure you're sitting somewhere where you're comfortable, but also that your torso is nice and long. So you're not slouching really deeply. You're not leaning really far back. So although you want to be comfortable, you want your whole torso to feel open and full. Allow the arms to relax in whatever way feels good. Feel free to close the eyes or soften your gaze down to the ground. Let the tension drop out of the jaw, out of the shoulders, out of the abdomen. There's no need to hold on. And first, just tune into the natural flow of your breath. And then we'll do a little bit of controlled breathing and do something called box breathing. What we'll be doing is inhaling for a count of 4, then holding the breath for 2, exhaling for 4, and holding for 2. I'll count you through the first several, and then you can go off on your own, and you can change the counts. You could do 5 and 3, 6 and 4, whatever you'd like. And if holding your breath is anxiety producing, then just even out your inhales and exhales and ignore my counts. If you are following me, first just take a normal inhale and a normal exhale, and we'll begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. In, 2, 3, 4, hold. Out, 2, 3, 4, hold. In, 2, 3, 4, hold. Out, 2, 3, 4, hold. In, hold. Out, hold. In. Keep going on your own. You can change the counts if you want to go slower or faster. Allow your breath to return to normal. Take a moment to check in mentally, physically, and emotionally. And bring your palms to touch. And take a moment to thank yourself for taking time to take care of your mind and your body. Namaste. Thank you, everybody, as always, for joining. We have some time now. If anybody has questions, so generally questions about our yoga class or functional fitness classes.
Yes, beautiful. I have a question about the figure four. When I do that, my knees, they pop. Is that natural?
So popping is okay. Popping is quite common when we move, and so as long as the popping is not painful, I wouldn't worry too much about it. If it is painful, then that's something you should definitely check with your doctor about. But popping happens, and oftentimes, yeah, when we change the position, popping is usually a tendon kind of rubbing over a piece of bone. So it is okay to have a little popping.
Thank you again, beautiful, and blessings to all of you.
Thanks, Chloe.
Hi, I searched around and I found in the basement two 1 pound weights. And so the next time we do the other version,
Functional fitness, yeah.
some weights instead of those stupid water bottles. And
Awesome.
get my hands around the weights. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. I'm glad you found some weights. Yeah, weights are a little better to hold on to. Water bottles can be a little bit thick around, which can be a little uncomfortable. Of course, if you are ready to leave, you are totally welcome to pop off, so no pressure to stay. I'm going to hang out for a little bit.
I find that my stretching is getting easier than it was when we first began.
That's awesome, Annette. I'm so happy to hear that. It is amazing. The more we do something, over time we get better. The adaptability of our body.
Yeah, I can move more freely than I did initially.
Awesome. Awesome. I love to hear that. Elizabeth saying great meditation. Any negativity goes away. Thanks. Have a great weekend. Oh, that's awesome. So happy to hear that. Oh, Linda, it's your birthday coming up. Happy birthday on Sunday. I hope you're doing something fun. Kenneth, good workout. I warmed up. You know what would be fun? Gail is great workout exercises were very doable, done smoothly, even with a knee injury. Awesome, awesome.
Hi.
Sure.
I'm seeing how many of the moves that you're having us do work the same muscles that were being worked when I was taking physical therapy several months ago, and that ended. I had a knee replacement, so a lot of the exercises were for my quads and hamstrings, and I'm seeing how you cover them here and in functional fitness. So that's nice.
That's awesome, Hildy. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, this is a great supplement to if you're doing physical therapy, just because we do kind of full body, a lot of different things. So that's awesome to hear that.
And then balance too. We're putting some of that in, and that's one of my hangups right now. Balance. So I need the more I get from you and from elsewhere. That's important.
Yes, and then practicing balance. I believe actually our functional fitness move of the week that I gave on Wednesday was working on standing on one foot. So
yeah,
I know it's Friday, but everyone could practice that.
yeah.
Judy's saying, thank you for the great exercise. Deborah is saying, I've done yoga most of my life. Adapting with you is helpful these days. Very good session. Thanks. Oh, awesome.
Aedra.
Hi, Karen.
Hi. I am having a lot of problems with balance. And I I appreciate, how you were trying to, do all those things, but if I closed my eyes, no, I had to hold on to things. So is there anything else I can do to, help that?
Great question. So balance is something that tends to change as just with age and with time. You want to practice all sorts of balance as often as possible, maybe multiple times a day. It's a very important fall prevention thing to do. So yeah, closing the eyes suddenly makes balance much harder. So you first want to feel comfortable with your eyes open. So you might go to what we did today, taking your feet together and going eyes open. Okay. And then letting go. And then maybe you start to almost blur your vision. You can sort of soften your gaze, let your eyes get droopy and see how that goes. And then you can play with maybe closing the eyes. If closing the eyes is too much, you could try holding on. Or instead, maybe you try doing a harder balance with your eyes open. So I'm just gonna do a quick demo. So we were initially doing, I think you were talking about when we're standing in our mountain pose and then closing the eyes, right? And so if that's too hard, you could widen your stance and have the eyes closed, and that might feel more steady. Or you could keep your eyes open, but play with doing other balance things like standing on a tightrope or standing on one foot. So adjusting your open eye balance exercises instead of closing the eyes. So you have options. You want to do all of them, which is why we change it up each class. We do different balance exercises, especially in the functional fitness. Of course, we do more balance in that class. So
Okay.
practice, practice, practice in safe ways.
Okay, thank you. And I do try to hold on, and then I try to not. Yeah.
That's perfect. And also it's, you can play with holding on with maybe just your pinky fingers or with one hand or one or two fingers on your chair, right? So holding on a little bit less can be a great way to also grade the exercise to make it a little bit harder.
Thanks a lot.
Now I'm seeing your message that you feel at ease. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Thank you. I'm glad. And Chloe is wishing everyone a blessed weekend.
Ken here.
Hi, Kenneth.
Yeah. Let's see. What I was thinking, on standing on one foot, well, I can't make the Wednesday meeting, so I don't have to worry about it, I guess, but I'll be here every Friday though. And standing on one foot, I can stand on one foot for about 1.5 seconds. So is that a serious problem, or is that just the way my brain is made up?
I would say neither. I would not say, oh, that's a serious problem, but nor would I say that you probably could stand on one foot for longer 10 years ago, right? So I would just go with practicing. Keep practicing. You will probably be able to hold it longer than a second and a half if you practice it multiple times a day.
Well, maybe. I don't know. But I retired, let's see, what was it? Well, in 2000, year 2000. And I started, then I started going to the blind center every Wednesday because I wasn't working. And after a few years there, I got into yoga at the blind center. Actually, I went through about 4 or 5 different instructors, and I did yoga there for about, God, 5 or 6 years or maybe longer. And there was one woman I remember, an older gal, and she was big on standing on one foot. And I can do that for, like I say, for about more than a second and a half, 2 seconds or something. So, but I can stand on 2 feet with no problem, How's that? What do you think?
Well, we stand on one foot if we are walking properly, right? We lift one foot off the ground every time we take a step. And so we
Right.
just want to make sure that you can keep doing that because, here, let me show myself again.
Well, I do that every night when I walk the dog.
Right. So what we want to avoid, what happens oftentimes is this shuffling thing. We don't want to do that because then we're never lifting one foot. And then if there's a crack in the ground, we're more likely to fall. So walking is a moment of balance. And yeah, it is probably only a second long. But there are moments where you have to be there for longer. So I would practice. The thing is class is only twice a week and it's different classes each time. If you practice, I mean, I would be surprised that if you practiced every day, 3 times a day for the next 6 weeks, that your balance would not get better. I would be surprised unless there's something neurological going on or physical going on, which is obviously out of my scope in terms of this. This is just a fitness class.
Okay, I'll check with my doctor next time I see what they say.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. I'll try that. We'll see. See if you're right. See, you want to make a bet?
Yeah, is
I'll
if
bet you.
there is no physical health issue or neurological health issue, you if you practice every day, my guess is you're going to get better. But I'm not there to make sure that you do it, and I'm also I don't know if you have something else going on. I want your balance to get better.
Yeah. I'll try that. So good. Yeah, and yeah. Well, I have to be more careful about cracks in the sidewalk because of my severe eyesight loss, and I use a cane all the time, to make sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and my visual acuity is 20 over 750, which is terrible.
Yeah. So balance is even more important. It is, and balance is harder if you're lower vision. So it then becomes even more important.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm a veteran, so I'm. In fact, I just had my annual optometry test about 2 days ago. That's pretty thorough. So that's the way it goes. So anyhow, this was a great one. It really got me warmed up. I had to take off my long sleeve shirt. So it's a great workout.
Good. Good. Alrighty,
Okay.
everybody.
Thank
Thanks so
you.
much for being here.
See,
I hope to see you on Wednesday or Friday next week. Have
yep.
a wonderful weekend.
See you next Friday.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.
Have a great weekend.